Fuck!
Hello everyone, this is Alex with MarylandMoto.com. I am headed home from the launch of the Royal Enfield 650 Twins at Summit Point Raceway in West Virginia. The two bikes that they launched were the Interceptor 650 and the Continental GT. Both of them are 650 parallel twins, which is a brand new engine for Royal Enfield. They haven't produced a twin in a very long time. And I also had a chance to ride the Himalayan, which has a 400 single. I got video of my track time on two of the three bikes. Of the 650s, I got video of the Continental GT and I also got video of my ride on the Himalayan. You only got about 4 laps on each bike before the control riders pulled you in, but it was enough to get a good idea of what those bikes are about, how they handle. I'll talk about the 650s first, the Continental GT and the Interceptor. Those bikes share the same engine and chassis. Ergonomics are very different. They have different handlebars, they have different tanks, different seats, and the foot pegs are a little bit different between the two. I really enjoyed the Continental GT. That would be my pick of the two. Handling was great on it. It changed directions really well. Even though I was leaned forward and didn't really love the sport bike riding position from the clip-ons on that bike, it handled so much better. If I was going to buy between the two bikes, that would be the one that I would choose. The Interceptor, it seems like the handlebars are wider, so I thought I'd have more leverage and it'd be a little easier to turn, but it just took a lot more effort to turn that bike. Yeah, put a lot more push to get it to counter steer. Didn't have a problem steering at all. It just took more effort. So because of that, that's the main reason that I would choose the Continental GT over the Interceptor, is the handling. The Himalayan has been around in the States for at least a year now, and in India for a year longer. Its 400 single is expectedly a little bit more rough and a little bit less powerful than the 650s, but it still has plenty of power. On my time on the track on the Himalayan, they started me at the back because it is the smallest displacement bike that they have. But after they gave me the point buy of the rider that was in front of me, I had no problems catching up with the rest of the pack of 650s, and really had a great time on that bike. It handled really well. Turn in on that bike actually felt faster than the Continental GT that I liked so much. The seating position was great. It's a really perfect ADV adventure bike seating position. Yeah, you sit upright, your feet are below you, not forward or back, your hands are in front of you, the bars are a little bit taller, they're a little bit wider, you've got plenty of leverage, it's really stable standing. And it would be really great off-road. Definitely far better off-road than my CB500X that I'm on now. On the back straight, I did get that bike up 70 miles an hour, or maybe a little bit faster. It has no problems doing most highway speeds. If you're out in California where everyone's regularly doing 80, 85 miles an hour, it might not hack it there. And I probably wouldn't ride it all day at 70 miles an hour, but it could definitely do it. It's just happier at, say, 65 or below. The ABS on the Himalayan, I did get to engage going into a couple of corners. I don't know if that's just because I was moving a little fast from the dual sport tires, but it wasn't the smoothest engagement of ABS that I've ever had. It actually felt like the back wheel had broken loose and that I had locked it up. But the bike was controllable enough that I never really felt like I was in any danger on that bike. It's just, I was on a racetrack and in a controlled environment and able to push the limits of the bike, and I found them. And it's nice that it wasn't a snap that I couldn't recover the bike from. It was forgiving in that regard. when I was on the Himalayan, they did start me at the back because it was the smallest displacement. But I did get the point by after we had been falling back from the rest of the pack for a little bit. And I had no problem catching up with the 650s on that little Himalayan. The bike was really comfortable, the seat was great. I didn't have anything bad to say about the seats on any of the bikes, actually. All the seats felt really good. And it's not like they're a brand new bike where nothing's broken in yet. Those bikes have some miles on them. They've had people sitting on those bikes, riding those bikes. And granted, 4 laps around the track is not a ton of time in the seat, but there's nothing wrong with the seats on any of those bikes. They seem very comfortable for what they are. The only thing that I would maybe consider is with the Continental GT, you can put a rear cowl over the back seat on that bike to give it more of a cafe look, and I think I'd recommend doing that. Probably not going to be the best bike to ride 2-up on. So no harm, no foul there. It was a really great time. I'm glad I took the trip out there. Got to ride 3 bikes, that 2 of which are brand new and really cool. The third one has been out for a little while and has definitely been on my radar as something that I've wanted to ride to see how I would like it. I think as a replacement for the CB500X, it definitely could replace this bike. It's not as refined. It's got some vibration, but it's a 400 single instead of a 500 parallel twin. It's made by Royal Enfield instead of by Honda. Those are expected differences between the 2 bikes. If you get on any of the Royal Enfields and expect them to be as smooth as a Honda or as a Kawasaki or a Suzuki, you're going to be disappointed. They're just not designed that way. They're air-cooled engines. They are not water-cooled. Their rev range is lower. They're less stressed engines, which that's not to say this 500 engine is not stressed at all. It could make way more power if Honda wanted it to. But it would lose probably some of the refinement that it has, and that's the trade-off. These bikes from Royal Enfield have really great character. They have really great price point. Everything that I rode today was less than $6,000. I can tell you, as far as it being a fun bike, competent bike, I have no problem riding that bike anywhere. Any of those bikes. Personally, of the 3, if I were to put one in my garage, it would probably be the Himalayan. I'd like to do some dual sporting. It's going to be the most competent at that. But you could absolutely put some dual sport tires on the Interceptor, make a scrambler out of it, and they would do great at that too. The Continental GT, there was one person there that rode their own that had a little bullet fairing on the front of theirs. And it looked fantastic with that little fairing on it. It was really cool looking. The paint on these bikes is really good. They come in a ton of options. The lead control rider of the pack was riding a black one with a high-vis yellow stripe on it. And it was great. It was probably the best color scheme out of all of them. Although the chrome is pretty cool. There's not a ton of bikes that you can get chrome gas tank on. And you can do that with these bikes. And it looks great. The finish on the paint is definitely worthwhile. None of the paint looked cheap. It didn't look like there was any finishing problems like orange peel or any chips or anything like that. The bikes were relatively new, but the paint on those bikes seems to be holding up pretty well, at least to the abuse that, you know, people going to a demo day are gonna give demo day bikes. It's just like a rental car. There's some places that the Jeep won't go, and for that you need a rented Kia. But to sum everything up, Royal Enfield's making some really great bikes. They're all rideable. Are they competing with a Triumph Bonneville or a T120 or even like a Street Twin, Street Cup? No, they're not. And you wouldn't expect them to. The price point's lower, but they do have a similar look. So if you want that retro vibe in a bike, but don't have the budget for a Triumph, or don't have a budget for one of the new Kawasaki's, this is a great option. They seem like great bikes. They had plenty of them running. There was no mechanical issues with any of the bikes out there today. So if there is a Royal Enfield launch event near you, do yourself a favor. Take one of those bikes for a ride. Have a great time on it. But thanks for watching. My name's Alex. You can find written reviews and information online at marylandmoto.com. I am on Instagram and Twitter at marylandmoto. If you want to see what else I have coming up here on YouTube, you can hit the subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments for me, leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer anything that comes my way. Just please don't be a bag of dicks. I'm gonna ride through these curves now. Have a good day.